I saw a Minnesota team that should have won the game against my San Antonio Spurs. And I did watch this entire game because I was rooting for what is left of my San Antonio Spurs, especially after they lost their point guard, DeJounte Murray.
And their best player.
Yeah, that guy, the guy who wrecked my franchise and left it for dead, the guy who plays for Toronto now. And it's funny that you bring that guy up because this guy, Jimmy Butler, last night, even though he didn't, for some reason, ride with the team to the game, he came by himself. When it was time to play and then it was time to leave on the team bus, he left on the team bus. And when it was time to play basketball, he played his guts out in this game. And Jimmy Butler was really, really good down the stretch of this game. In the Spurs home opener, obviously on their court, he took the game over down the stretch. And they got one bad call that went to Secaucus, New Jersey. And I don't know, it was one of those, what are you seeing? But it was an out-of-bounds call on Bertans. And they gave the ball back to the Spurs after the ref had called it Minnesota's ball. And I think Minnesota would have won the game with that call. And as we discussed earlier in the show, I don't know how this happened, but Karl Anthony Towns fouled out of this game. He got 3 offensive fouls for setting screens, moving picks, as they would call them. And he wound up playing a grand total of 22 minutes and 23 seconds and scoring 8 points. If he plays his usual 37, 38 minutes, there's no way that the Spurs are going to win this game. And
or give you his normal production.
Just normal, yeah. He's the guy the GMs voted they want to start their team with, K-A-T, Cat. So I appreciated the fact that Jimmy Butler played that hard under those circumstances because the guy you mentioned who was in San Antonio last year just flat out quit on that franchise because he wanted out. So he just quit.
He was injured.
I'm injured. I can't play. He played 9 games last year.
Didn't he look healthy last night?
Yeah,
he looked good last night.
He looked real good. I guess he was real happy. We'll see how long that lasts in Toronto.
Stop it, Skip. Stop wishing bad on people.
But the point is, I know Glenn Taylor, the owner, continues. He did another interview, I think it was yesterday, that they had on the local Fox, but he just continues to say, we got to get rid of him, we got to trade him. And I don't get it because all the quotes that I saw from Jimmy Butler indicated that he just wants some appreciation. And again, you say he wants his money. I get that. And they gave big money to Karl Anthony and obviously to Wiggins. And yeah, in the end last night, the coach's pet, Derrick Rose, or what's left of him, he took the last-second shot that could have tied the game, and he took a wild driving shot that banked and airballed. Didn't touch iron. So, again, they should have let Jimmy shoot that shot because I believe he would have made that shot. So I still think this is fixable. And if for some reason, somehow, some way, if Jimmy Butler stays in Minnesota, they're going to make the playoffs this year because they're just that good.
He looked like Jimmy Butler to me. The one thing we know about Jimmy is that he's going to play hard. He plays hard on both ends of the court. Now, he didn't shoot the ball particularly well, Skip. He was 9 of 23.
Yeah, but when it was time, he made a late 3.
Step back.
Money.
Yep. I agree with you, Karl Anthony Towns. I don't know what's going on with him because he's picking up where he left off in the playoffs, Skip. You remember the playoffs? He was awful. He's too good of a player to foul out in under 23 minutes with 8 points.
It's hard. It's hard to do. It just doesn't happen because you get 6 in the NBA. Obviously.
Right. And so he's better than that. He said that he was happy with the intensity. Jimmy's right. It can be fixed. He's like, I'm not going to let you give Karl Anthony Towns 40 for 4 years or 190 or 5 years for 190. Give Andrew Wiggins 4 years for $150. And now you think I'm about to take 4 for 110? That's not going to happen. He's right. It can be fixed, Skip. Give him his money. He wants something comparable to what Karl Anthony Towns wants, what Karl Anthony Towns got. Even though they have not rendered that to him yet, I never doubted for a second that Jimmy was going to come out there and dog it, that he wasn't going to play hard. Because if he doesn't play hard, that's a knock on him. The other team's like, well, if Jimmy doesn't get what he wants, he's not going to play hard for us. No, he's going to give you everything he got. He's going to leave it on the court. He's hard-nosed. From Houston, Texas, grew up hard. The dude was homeless.
He was homeless.
So I already know what he's like. He doesn't want to go back there. And give me some guys that's had adversity in their life. Those are the guys that you want to ride with. Jimmy Butler, I ride with him any day. You know what you're going to get from him. So I'm not surprised that he played this hard. But something's going to have to give. I mean, when the owner is openly and publicly saying we need to trade this guy, Skip, how do you repair that?
Yet, what did he yell at Scott Layden, the GM, in the practice?
Right. You need me.
You need me. Well, that's what he's saying, because the guy who's got the dog in him, and I'm talking about it in a good way, is that guy.
Oh, he's the only one.
The alpha on this team by far is that guy.
Yep.
If you take him out of this mix,
Taj plays hard. Taj is what he, but
he is what he is.
Yeah, right.
No, I agree. Is what's left of Derrick Rose? No, you can't do that. Like, this team becomes, it becomes a bad team without Jimmy Butler. A bad team, and I'm saying that with Karl Anthony Towns. And
that's what he said, Skip. Pay me my money. You need me. You talking about you need me, so give me my money, and now let's go try to win this thing. But you need me. So whatever you're thinking. I mean, you paid all these guys, but you need me.
Okay, so they do, and yet it feels like if it's the owner's call, it's going to be over.
But here's the thing,
and it's going to be over for the Timberwolves.
He could have easily been, but who has the compensation that the Timberwolves would like? Because remember, Skip, they gave up Chris Dunn and they gave up Zach LaVine. So they gave up, I think, the 4th or the 5th pick of the draft in Dunn, and I think LaVine was like 13th or 14th or something like that. So you gave up 2 lottery picks. Okay, who has that kind of compensation to give you that's also wants to give Jimmy Butler, because he's made it known where he would like to go.
Yep.
So now he's kind of depressed his value. You know he's unhappy. Timberwolves know he's unhappy, so it's kind of like the Kyrie, Skip. Once Kyrie let it be known he wanted out, it limited what you could and couldn't get.
No, I got it. But not once last year in a practice did Kawhi Leonard yell at Greg Popovich, "You need me," or RC, "You need me."
But he knew it. He knew it. You need don't show enough.
Yeah.
Skip, look at he got them hair braided. He got them thing, them cornrows in his hair. He ready to play. He got that thing fresh. You had it fresh. I don't know where you found somebody to do that up in Toronto. Hey, Toronto, shout me out. Let me know where they cornrow hair. I'm gonna come in there and do a piece.
He actually did an interview after the game, and I'm like, I don't even know who this guy is.
You do know who he is. Kawhi Leonard, 2014 Finals MVP, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, 2015, 2016.
I'll take Jimmy Butler over Kawhi Leonard any day. I will.
I like Jimmy Butler. I don't like him that much.
No, I do.
Oh, Kawhi.
Minnesota's got to figure out a way to keep him.
You see that claw?
The claw.
The claw. Skip, that joker had 13 rebounds. Hold on. How many rebounds he had? I think he had like 13, 14 rebounds. 13 rebounds? 24-13? I ain't never seen him play like that before.
Just wait.
24 and 13.
Give him a couple of weeks, and his thigh's going to be
Hold on,
aching.
Skip, hold on. Hold on, let me see that.
Watch.
Okay, y'all had 2. 24, 13, and 2?
Yeah.
Kawhi was on them boards.
That's enough work. He can take the next couple
No,
of
don't do
weeks
this,
off.
Skip. Don't do that, Skip. Eddie had what? No block shot, but no. Okay.
Shannon, we're not talking about Kawhi. Sorry. Bringing up the numbers, but we were talking about Jimmy there.
Jimmy Bucket. I love Jimmy Bucket.
I want to see how the Minnesota fans receive him tomorrow. I think that'll be really interesting.
He
they host the
dog.
Cavs.
He the dog y'all
He
got.
is the dog.
And the image there needs to be recovered a bit.
He's harsh
fan
like
base.
He's harsh like those Minnesota winners.
Yeah.
So if you like the harsh, you like cold, you like grime, you like
I
grit,
agree with that.
that's Jimmy Bucket.
It is.
Yeah, the whole
I
Minnesota
agree.
nice, it's not always the case, you know?